What's going on, everybody? Stephanatis TV checking in. Right now, we're gonna go on this video that I have found by this guy named Black Balloon. He breaks down when Ryan Garcia was going down his rants, and everybody thought he was crazy, and everybody was talking about him because he was actually one of the first people to be on this subject about the, we're gonna say, the P for those pedals. You know what I'm saying? But he was one of the first people that was actually willing to put his, at this point, put his life on the line, because if you speak and say the wrong thing about certain subjects and certain people, you gone. And we all know that. We're not gonna play slow on that. But you know, he has enough money and he has enough platform to actually protect himself from certain things. So he went about it a different way, and he was actually successful with it far as getting the message out there. But they still try to discredit him on who he was as a person, tried to say he needed to go to the crazy house, saying that he had no idea what was going on, he just need help. Just, you know, the same thing they do to a lot of people that's trying to speak out against what's going on. So we're just gonna go down this video because it was a really good video. It really breaks down the different phases on what each phase Ryan Garcia was going through with trying to expose and try to help the kids.
Because I love it and I'm that good. But I don't need a box. If I retired today, I would live lavishly for the rest of my life. I do this for Jesus Christ and the kingdom of heaven.
And right there you go. He letting you know why he do it. But this is the intro to my to the video. Really cool. I need to get me something like that at this point, right? It helped me out. Yo, y'all check this guy out, Black Balloon. You can see on the screen. He has a lot of good content.
All right, y'all. We back with another video, man. Y'all already know what's going on, all right? Now check this out. So, Ryan Garcia had a fight last night,
I was just
right?
about to say that. That's just the other day.
I was like, all right, this would be a perfect time to go over some of the recent clips of Ryan Garcia talking about some of the same things he was talking about back when, you know, he first went viral for...
I think this was like probably, we're going to say last year. Beginning of last year this happened.
Sounding crazy, right? Y'all already know, before all of these files started being released, Ryan Garcia, he said a bunch of stuff, you know, a bunch of stuff about sacrifice, about the little ones. I'll play a short clip of the original time that, you know, he started saying.
When little ones, I believe he probably trying to talk in code, because, you know, you can't say too many things because you're not trying to have your channel getting striked and stuff. So a lot of these words and stuff probably be in code. I mean, pretty much I got to start doing that too. Change the wordplay. Not trying to have the channel getting banned and stuff. We can't even get views yet.
Some of this stuff, just in case some of y'all don't remember.
Everybody wants to prove? Okay. This is common knowledge if you're really paying attention. The first fact, human, including sex trafficking, the global industry of human trafficking is estimated to be worth 150 billion annually. 150 billion annually. Number two.
150 billion annually? That's crazy. Crazy numbers. They're making that type of money off of doing these activities, and we can't even get the people out of poverty.
Two, globally, the International Labor Organization estimates that 1.2 million children are trafficked each year. At the end of the day, I got a lot of people that told me not to do this. That's going to get bad for me. I don't care. I live for God. The rules of satanic worship is it needs to be in your plain sight. So everything that I'm saying is right in front of your face. People telling me I need to go to a mental rehab to put me into the psych ward because I'm speaking the truth. They blackmail each other so they can have a union where they won't snitch on each other. Think about that. They do horrible things together so they don't snitch against each other. They have tried everything in their power to...
That is true. Because that's exactly what's going on with the files right now. As you can see, they basically did everything together so they can hold each other accountable. So if one fall, they all fall. So that's what we're seeing right now when they say these files are being exposed. It's supposedly, you know, but we trying to see who's actually going to be. The list was long, so they had a long list, right? And the names on the list was like celebrities and stuff, but they also was naming people that was like major up top big dogs. I mean, I'm talking about people that's running global industries. And I'm like, whoa. I mean, they naming them and they saying that these people are coming and having to be in court about it. But you barely even see this stuff on TV. So, I mean, we don't know what's going on for real on who's actually going to be convicted or anything. Because they, you know, they probably just going to keep going with the allegedly.
Stop me, and God pull me through. The times will be like Noah. Stories of giants coming out, stories of aliens. Can you open your eyes once? The proof is there. I mean, I
That
just personally
did
want to say
happen. That is going
the
on.
proof is there. Okay, I would love to get some questions. How do we start up question? Interact?
All right, looks like we're not getting any questions, bro.
Wait, time travel.
No,
Why
hey,
any
no,
question?
we can out.
Bro,
Hey, we out, y'all.
no,
I'm not
bro,
in this live.
bro.
His buddy trying to protect him. Cause he know, like, you know, they he got money, but you say something that somebody don't like, they coming. Know that for sure. It's a lot of people that's locked up. A lot of people are locked up and gone. Just know that.
I'll be in the live.
We're not gonna
For
go
real.
into
Oh, we're
detail
out.
because I'm not
They don't
trying to
wanna
be
give
gone
any
with them.
Because I did a video on it, but this had to be at least a year plus ago. Can't really remember, but I know it had to be at least at a year old right now, if I'm not
Right, that's
mistaken.
what I was saying. I'm not for
If
sure,
you're looking to learn how to
but
trade,
I know
a community
they
is
did
very
definitely
important,
like that
and
was
I've
like a
joined
year ago.
previous communities,
So
and
I'm for sure I
teaching
know that
wasn't
much
one of the
that
strong
this
points.
did happen.
So I was.
So he was, you know, kind of one of those people that came out and was going hard for the little ones, exposing that they are eating them. They are doing all kind of sick, sadistic rituals.
Inhumane things,
So I was
man.
like, you know what? I saw some recent clips where I think he was on someone's stream. I know it had that little kick logo right there. So he recently was on a stream and he was talking about some of this stuff as well. So I said, all right, since, you know, he just had a fight yesterday,
Good win.
might be a
good
good time
Good win,
to
Ryan.
go ahead and play some of those clips from Ryan Garcia. So, you know, it's pretty much about some of this same stuff as far as sacrifice and what they do with these little ones. But with that being said, I won't spend too much time on the intro. We could just jump right into the clip. Check this out, y'all.
Entities that are controlling these people and the higher ups.
That's
They
what I
talk to
would.
these entities. They tell them to.
Bro, that's what I was just saying. Like, bro, the people that was named, these are higher up people. So, man, for him to be talking about this like a year ago, a year and a half plus ago, and it's coming out now, you cannot sit here and say he wasn't telling the truth the whole time. Real talk, he telling the truth.
To do things. That's why they're eating babies. That's why they're torturing. That's why they're sacrificing, so they can have the knowledge, the power that these evil entities do.
I will say, people used to call you fucking crazy 2 or 3 years ago, right?
Yeah, they were calling me. I told everybody that they do make sacrifices and they are eating babies, and it's sad to say, but somebody needs to say it. And I feel like we got all these cowards in the world that are celebrities that will stand up for anything.
Real
but
serious.
That before it was like you're crazy, Ryan, but now that the files were showing that they have these cold words and they're saying these things that may be referring to them eating people, may not, you know. I'm all with whatever protest, but like you can't even protest about this. Like, what is everybody really scared?
That's real because you know what I'm saying. People have been out here in these streets protesting about the littlest things. They'll say, "Oh, you declassified a cat as a dog. We're about to go out here and have a whole riot. Oh, you called me a monkey, but I'm really a orangutan." Now they about to have a whole riot in the streets about that. But we hear stuff like this, and now everybody like, whoa. No, but I take that back. Everybody not doing that. I can show y'all right now a clip. This is something that's like odd to me, right? That we're not seeing this at all out here on what's going on. But it's really going on. People standing up.
Citizens out of the country. Are you waiting for them to come knock on your door like J.D. Vance said? American citizens are being shot in the street. This administration is not following court orders. They're sending citizens out of the country. Are you waiting for them to come knock on your door like J.D. Vance said? Minneapolis public schools have canceled classes for the next 2 years. The teachers union says this comes after ICE showed up to the campus in one of their Minneapolis schools. What else are you fucking waiting for? Get a grip with yourselves. No one's coming to save you. The Democratic Party's not going to save you. The Republicans are not going to save you. Your neighbors are the ones that are going to save you. They want us to be silent. They want us to stay in our homes. They don't want us out here because there's more of us than them. There's more of us than them. And if you're seeing this, there's more of us than them. They want you to be hopeless. They want you to be scared. Don't be hopeless. Don't be scared. Come out here. Come out. Have a fucking spine. If you're not willing to defend your rights, then you have no fucking rights. Get up.
So my dad and my mom are immigrants, but they are U.S. citizens.
So that's just to show that like that's a different subject, but people are actually out here coming together for different things. So if they could do it for that, they could do it for this. You know what I'm saying? I'm just showing you like they're out here doing protests for that situation. So, you know, we need to have that same energy for something else. We're just gonna leave it at that, you know. Just so they do come together, right?
Scared of. It's like at this point, it's like if nobody's gonna be a voice, I'm always gonna be a voice to it.
And it's
But any chance I have to speak against it, I will.
it's
Release all the file.
Now, the clip where he was...
And so I saw that interview, right? And it's a part in that interview that I want y'all to see on how they try to play, how these people play games in your face, right? Watch this.
It's just hard, bro. It's like, 'cause you see a lot of bad things. But I will say, people used to call you fucking crazy 2 or 3 years ago, right?
Yeah, they were calling me. I told everybody that they do make sacrifices and they are eating babies, and it's sad to say, but somebody needs to say it. And I feel like we got all these cowards in the
See him
world
pointing at
that
him?
are celebrities
This is
that will
serious.
stand up for anything but that.
Watch this.
And like now they have no excuse. Before it was like you're crazy, Ryan, but now that the files were showing that they have these cold words and they're saying these things that may be referring to them eating people, may not. You know what
Dude,
I mean?
is that what Pizzagate is, or when people say
mean,
pizza,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
what that refers to?
He's
Yeah,
trying
yeah,
to
they
act
have-
like he
they
doesn't
was
know
calling
what's going
something
on,
beef jerky,
and
the
being
files, they
and
often refer
playing,
to,
you know.
I want 6 to 8 ounces.
And he's
of
sitting here
beef jerky,
playing.
but I need it like
But
in
the
the freezer.
dude
Like,
pointed at
Did you
him
see
for
one
a
of the
we
reason.
need to take it to the lab. Like, who takes beef jerky to the lab? That don't make
Did you
sense.
see one of the owners of the pizza places got leaked?
I think so.
Harvey Steinberg.
Watch this.
Who the fuck's that?
It's my dad. I mean, this is
Oh
like,
my god.
this is
I'm
like,
telling you, it's
these
fucked up.
you're saying some really crazy things right
I'm
now.
just
and
saying, it's
you know
like-
where you're at?
Listen,
It's
listen.
my house, bro.
He's
Yeah,
mad
no,
now.
I'm just saying, it's
Respecting
like you
it.
have him here and he's talking about all of this stuff. It just seems strange because he's like looking at the enemy right in the eye while he says it.
No, I have nothing to do with that. I agree. I agree with.
Sitting here playing with that man in his face, bro. His dad is on the list and owned one of the. Hey, now we're just gonna keep going with this one.
It's talking about them sacrificing for
Wow.
knowledge. You know, everything that they do, all these dark rituals, is that is exactly why, is what I'm trying to say. You know, because
They're getting
we
information,
expose
man.
a lot of this stuff, and you know, a lot of people are digging into the files. You know, I see certain channels who every single day they're dropping new videos on something different in the files.
Right, because it's
And a lot
something
of the
new
stuff is
every
sick.
day.
Like a lot of it, you can put on TikTok. Some people might get their stuff deleted. Some might not. But
When he said that, that made me think about with my TikTok page. Literally, it's certain videos that I can post, right? When certain things are said that's specifically involving the wrong people, but it's the same category video. Listen to what I'm saying now. Same the video in the same category. But if it's naming the wrong people, the video will get flagged. But if I post a video and they're talking about the gruesome, horrible stuff, it can go through.
But some of it I'm not really willing to post here because I just don't want to play with my channel.
Right.
But as much as we talk about the stuff, most people aren't really asking why. It's mostly just looked at as like, yeah, these people are sick. But you have to think about it. They're not all just doing it for fun or just for the pure enjoyment of eating up a little one or drinking their red juice. All of them are not doing it just for fun. And I like that clip in particular, what Ryan Garcia said, because they are trying to contact these interdimensional beings, these evil entities, for knowledge, for more time on this earth.
And that's real because, bro, the last Ghostbuster movie was some junk called Parallel Universe. Literally, they were opening the dimensions and bringing the ghosts here. Stranger Things, opening dimensions and bringing the ghost here. All these movies and shows are literally showing us what these people are doing. I got one for you. It's going to be real fast. Lush. Lush is an energy that's harnessed from multiple people focused in on the same thing. For example, a basketball game. They make an arena. Their emotions is going back and forth about the game. So they're building up energy. It's a lot of people cheering. All this, and that's creating an energy called Lush, and it's in there in a dome, and it's just filling up, and they're just collecting it. Now, what they're doing with the Lush, that's a whole nother subject. But, they're trading it and getting certain things. That's why, they say that's how AI got here. But, hey, man, don't quote me on none of this stuff. I'm just hearing this is allegedly.
Have a completely different belief system. That's why, it's those bloodlines. It's the bloodlines that run this world. It's the bloodlines that have been here forever. And that is their game. Sacrifice is the name of the game.
That's insane.
To contact these entities, to get more knowledge from these entities. Why do you think we're seeing the boom of AI? The boom of artificial intelligence as we continue, to see things grow at the pace that they are growing. And then we already know they're 20, 30, 40 years ahead of what we have out right now. This is one of the reasons. Yeah, humans are smart. Okay, but we're not that smart. So these people, they know
somewhere.
What they're doing. And you got to ultimately remember who's behind this.
I got one. You got to think about when they created the Blackbird, the jet, and how fast, like, that history, how fast they jumped. Like, they was just on wagons and carriages and steam-powered cars. Next thing you know, they got a jet that's faster than the speed of sound. Only within, like, a 10-year radius. Bro, what? Y'all, bro, come on, man. Like, that's something else. That's different. That's different information, man.
Who's the entity that wants to become like God? Y'all should already know the answer to that question. Who's the entity that wants to have his hand all over the world at one time, watching everything?
Controlling everything.
Want to be like God. So that's the ultimate purpose, because obviously if the most evil one is allowing these people to sacrifice and gain knowledge through some of his minions and some of these lower level entities who can grant them some of that knowledge,
right?
You know, some extra time, then obviously it's all a part of his bigger plan.
And these people are using the even smaller people. That's why when you see these scales on like these grids, and it's showing you the economy system and showing you the level on the different people, where they stand in the economy, bro, the lower level people are the ones that are being drained the most. They're the consumers, the most non-respected, the most used and abused. I'm talking about, but a consumer gets hit with everything. You gotta pay to live. Literally, you gotta pay to live. We are free citizens. We are in America, right? And you're free, but you're paying insurance to drive a car. Come on, man. But you are in America, the home of the land of the free, but you gotta pay for everything. Water.
Watching everything, to be
ice water, $2.
That's ultimately what it goes back to. It goes back to the devil.
At that.
And these bloodlines, that is who they worship. And this is how they live. This is how they continue their bloodlines here on earth.
By draining
it's not just for the pure
the
enjoyment.
little ones.
Like, hey, yeah.
And
I love drinking
money,
red juice,
the
and
economy system,
sacrificing
man.
and eating on these little ones. No, they actually have to. It is a demand. It is a demand. Just like y'all remember on American Horror Story where season 3 Coven, old girl, Angela Bassett, right? You know, she was like the queen voodoo lady in New Orleans.
And not to keep stopping the video, but bro, this is why I wanted y'all to see this video, because like the breakdown, bro, these people have to do certain things, man, to keep their motion going. They just can't stop. Like once you get into that, they gotta keep going, and that's what's horrible about it. They're stuck in it. Once they got in it, they got stuck in it, and they can, man, it's just disgusting.
And stuff like that. What did she have to do every single year that was a part of her deal to Papa Legba? Every single year, she had to go and get an innocent baby. And where would she go? She would go straight to the hospital and steal somebody's baby.
Insane.
Every single year. She went to the hospital once a year to steal that baby in order to keep her deal of being the queen voodoo lady, sold her soul, blah, blah, blah. That's exactly, I mean, there's been so many shows and stuff that have told us exactly what is going on. But that, I'm glad I just thought about that, because that's literally what it is.
Literally.
Crazy. Very crazy. Look, got another couple clips I want to play from Ryan that I thought were just pretty interesting. Check this out.
Real shit is going on in the world. Open your eyes. You know, kids being hurt, nobody caring. Everybody looking at it like, oh, he just crazy. It's a conspiracy. It's this, it's that. At the end of the day, that shit was real. And I out there put that my reputation online, had everybody thinking I was crazy. But at the end of the day, who's the crazy one now? You know, I didn't really
the
want
people
to say
that
this,
don't want to admit that he was
telling the truth.
Everybody
needs to acknowledge, like, yo, I'm tripping. Y'all was tripping, not me. You guys were tripping. I wasn't. I was the one that was actually with sanity, because I'm like, yo, they're hurting little kids. Let's help them. That's called being a real man. Because I don't give a fuck what people say about me.
That's right.
I walked through the fire and still held it down and still beat fucking Devin Haney. You guys overrate everything. You guys hate on me because I'm pretty.
Hey, that's nothing but real talk.
At the end of the day, I've been boxing my whole life, and all I do is love God and try to help the children. And you guys straight hate on me. You guys do not love the truth. The truth is in front of you. I put my fucking reputation on the line for all the kids in the world, and everybody's fucking staying quiet, but me.
You know what's crazy? They hunt humans. So they buy humans, send them out, and hunt them. What? Yes. Like animals. Yes. Yo, what the fuck? That's fucking some research.
Bruh, that was. He's saying this is a while ago when he's saying this, but bro, that really was in the Epstein files. I just saw that last week. I literally just saw that last week that they said they were supposed to be out there hunting. Insane. I literally just saw that.
Research, bro. Every other fucking thing you'll stand up for, right? You'll stand up for all these other fucking movements, but when it comes to kids being abused by all these high-powered people, all you Billie Eilish, all you Bad Bunnies, all you people in the world, y'all won't talk about that though. Why is that? Okay. But the least thing you could say is like, we want answers.
Right.
Us as Americans, we want answers. Release all the files. You got so many redacted names and all this other stuff that's going on that
Nothing but the
you don't
truth.
need to be protecting these people, no matter how big they are. They all gotta come fall down. Because you protecting pedophiles, that's crazy. And high people that help run our government, all that's pretty insane.
Pretty insane.
Now, Neon is one of those examples of not everybody is gonna support the same thing that you support. And y'all remember when Phantom was talking about there being a spy, amongst the streamers, in the streaming world. I thought Neon was it, just because he feels out of place. You know what I'm saying? Somebody told me he also came from 2K in the gaming world.
The thing about Neon that I just learned last week, Neon is already rich. Neon's father is a rich Arabic. I don't want to be rude or whatever, but he's a multi-millionaire already. He was exposed about that on another podcast, on another post he was doing with somebody, and they were like, "Bruh, I know who your dad is." Let's see if I can find it real quick. Yep. Right here. I want to see the one where they laughed about it. Where it was a guy that was like, "I know who your dad is." Yeah, but this is just, I'm going to just start it right here. This is just so, this man is already rich.
All right. Chat! Everyone say hi. Everyone, hi, Chad. You want to go in the shotgun for a sec? We should start low-key.
Hi everyone.
Okay, all right.
Hi Mikhail.
Hello. All right.
Long time no see. I've been counting days. It's been 3 months.
Yeah, it's been 3 months.
I saw you.
Chat, y'all saw the last stream we did. Y'all saw that last stream. So, we have a gift for you today.
What is it?
A little
He
gift.
gifting his dad, but long story short, but this man is already rich. He comes from a millionaire family already, and he just fell into the streaming world. So these people are like,
so it could not be him, but he just feels out of place. And Ryan talking about the stuff with the fowls and the eating of the little ones, and
that's probably why he feels out of place, because his dad knows.
The Bad Bunnies saying that they can say certain things that has to do with ICE and so on, but they're not willing to take up for the children. I mean, none of those. It's kind of like they talk about the things that are trending in the media, the whole ICE thing. It's like stuff that's a part of the agenda they will touch on and make it seem like they're going against the narrative, or they're going, they're going to speak out for the people, but they're not really touching on the sick things. And that's what Ryan Garcia meant. They're not standing up for the children that are actually being,
harmed,
ritually sacrificed and so on. They're not willing to stand up for that or even talk about it. They already know mostly what is going to happen if they do talk about it. You're just painted out to be crazy. because that narrative, it doesn't fit, you know, it doesn't fit mainstream. You know, even when people hear about that kind of stuff, they're like, nah, you're just tripping. And him talking about that on Neon stream, he's kind of the same way. Like, you could tell it's
He was
a little
worried.
performative
He
for
was
Neon.
worried.
He's sitting there like, oh, really? Man, I got to do some research. like,
Right.
bro,
You
you're
don't
not
know.
finna research anything. He doesn't really care. I don't care that Neon doesn't care, but you know, you could tell Ryan Garcia takes the chance to talk about it, at least any
Once or
chance that he
twice.
gets, when it's definitely thousands of people listening. But the platforms that, you know, he does it on, they could care less. Like the fans of Neon, they probably know what's going on. Don't get me wrong, the little youngins that be on his stream, they know what's going on. But, you know, I think it was
I think that probably helped the little kids be aware. All this is gonna affect some type of anything on another level, negative and good, you know. So just gonna bring more awareness to the children.
I think Ryan Garcia said something about him being scared to even talk about it. That's why he just sitting there listening, because he don't want to get banned off a Kick. As you start saying stuff like that, I'm pretty sure Kick is ready to ban some of the streamers as well. I mean, we all deal with it, you know, but
right, no matter
you know,
what level
we all
you
deal
on.
with the censorship from these companies as far as, you know, what you make content on YouTube, Twitch, Kick, whatever, you know, TikTok. We all deal with it. But, you know, some of us do what we got to do to get around it, you know, code your words, so on and so on.
I'm trying to learn that right now.
And still just kind of take that risk to put the information out there. But thought this was a pretty interesting video, you know, something simple.
Yeah, we're coming to the end. That was definitely good.
That stream with...
So that's why I wanted to go with this video, because it shows every phase of when Ryan Garcia was actually like publicly speaking on these situations, and how he was not scared one bit about anything, and he was just keeping it G, keeping it real, and that's all he could do. And he's still here, so you know that's a good thing. Shout out to Ryan Garcia. He had a good fight. Salute to you about that. Salute to Black Balloon. Y'all go check him out. This is a good video. I just wanted to do a reaction to it so we can help spread the good information about what's going on out here. So thank you everybody for watching this Stephanatis TV. Peace. We out.